everybody doing today? My project for today is the chicken coop needs to be cleaned out. Really gross. So I'm going to be working on that and taking it down, taking the stuff that I'm taking out of the coop down by the garden, and hopefully it'll be ready for the garden next spring. I should really be wearing a mask for this, but I can't find them. Stuart's got a bunch hanging around somewhere. I can't find them. So I got both windows open. Hopefully I'll be safe. I'm sure I will be. I've cleaned out chicken coops before, so it's pretty nasty in here. So we're doing like a deep litter method. This will be the first time that the coop's actually been cleaned out. It's got like 2 or 3 layers of wood shavings in here. The pine shavings, I think it is, the pine shavings. Anyway, so it's got a deep layer in here, and I don't know if you can see behind me, of course, where they roost. Well, you know this, most of you people own chickens, right? And you can't see it now, but there's a shelf on this side that the chickens have actually been sleeping on, and we've been talking about taking that down so we can force them to sleep on the roost, because they have 2 roosts and there's plenty of room for all of them. Alright, so I'm going to get busy. Have an egg. Oh, and we have 4 nesting boxes for them. The tripod's actually sitting on top of them. The 2 lower nesting boxes, some of the little chicks, there's 7 of the little chicks that keep wanting to sleep in those nesting boxes at night, so they're full of chicken poo. When we go to lock them up at night, we've been moving them to the roost, trying to train them, sleep on the roost, sleep on the roost. But they still keep on going into those nesting boxes, so we're just going to keep moving them to the roost every night until they get the point. So I'm going to be cleaning those out too, because they're really, really gross. Alright, so let's get busy. So these are the nesting boxes that I was talking about earlier. And these are the 2 that the little chicks keep sleeping in at night. They're actually too big to fit in there, but you wouldn't believe that 6 or 7 chickens are fitting in these 2 nesting boxes and kind of sitting on each other. So Stuart actually has them attached to the wall because we were afraid of the chickens knocking them over. So I was sitting there, I'm like, how am I going to clean those out? I don't want to detach them just to empty them out and then attach them back to the wall again. I don't want to go through all that hassle. So I found a metal dustpan left by the previous owner. So I'll find a place to hang it on the wall in here, and that will become our nesting box cleaner outer tool. Yeah, that's Kate. That's disgusting. Yay. All that yucky stuff is cleaned out of those two. These two are fine. There's just feathers in there. Looks a lot better. So, and found a nail to put my new nesting box cleaner tool on. That's going to be the name of it. Nesting box cleaning tool. Alright, Goose, you're being a pain in the butt. You're not allowed in the chicken coop. Out. Out. He can't be in here because he will steal eggs. Find that bulb so we can get the DE in here and get rid of some of these gnats. They're terrible. At least they're not flies, but holy moly, smells much better in here. Actually smells like a mill instead of a chicken coop. Do you want to hear the story of the fox? Today is Monday. Yesterday we were in the cabin and the birds, our birds, started making a bunch of noise, especially the guineas. They were going on and on and on, really, really loud. We didn't know it at the time, but apparently it's a distress call. If we would have known that, we would have been on it a lot quicker than we were. But anyway, they were making a bunch of noise. I looked out the window and I saw a crow flying up ahead, and I was like, all right, we better go out there and see what's going on. So I came out and walked right to the end of the cabin here and just kind of looked around to pinpoint where the birds were, and looked up, and there was actually two crows or ravens, one of the two, flying around. And I came walking back up here, and as I'm walking up, I look over here and saw a fox run behind the truck chasing a chicken. You know, and it takes you a couple seconds to process what's going on, right? So I yell, hey, and Stuart heard me, and then I screamed Rinker for him to come out, and after I did that, I had gotten up to the door, and I opened up the door and called for Goose to come out, which I probably shouldn't have done because Stuart was already in motion to come out with Goose. Because when I did that and turned back around, the fox was already hightailing it right up in there into the forest line. I couldn't tell if it had a chicken in its mouth or anything. I don't remember what chickens I saw it chasing. I saw two chickens by the truck. Well, I saw him chasing a chicken, and I saw another chicken by the truck. So I don't know which ones it was actually chasing, but there's no feathers anywhere giving us signs that a chicken was actually caught. But I guess maybe that just doesn't mean anything. It could have just picked it up and took off. But we are missing two chickens. One of them was a rooster. He was in the video of me doing the hoop house. He got into the garden, and I had to chase him around and get him out. Here's the video there if you didn't watch that. It's sad. It's sad when stuff like this happens. You know it's going to happen. It's not a matter of if it'll happen. It's a matter of when it'll happen, and it happened. And you're not prepared for it. Now we know what the guineas really sound like with the distress call. We'll be on high alert to listen for that. It's just sad, you know. You expect to lose chickens to predators. You know you're going to be butchering them out, or they're going to get sick, and you have to put them down, and that's never a good thing to do. It's not fun to do that kind of stuff. And so when you lose your chickens, when you don't expect it, it just makes it that much worse. So, that's it. I say so too much. I need to stop saying so. You guys call me out every time you hear me say so. You're gonna be busy. That's too funny. Oh, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go inside and do some cabin work and edit a video, apparently. Peace. Have a good night, everyone.